Yeah. What you do is, yeah, you can cut the race up, you see. You get the programme and you know what the dogs you're running against and you know whose they are.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of making a phone call.
So what's the most you've won? Have you done it big time?
All three ever won in one day, 29,000.
What, on a bent race?
No, there's 4.
4 bent races? Well, look at this, like a bloody medicine cabinet here. Is this all yours?
Yeah, it's only a bit.
What are you, a vet or something?
That cupboard's full. That's full and all there. That's full. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of tablets.
Oh, man. Vita-Jack.
Phosphatonic. Vita-Solidin.
Provigil.
B12. Depomedrol. Migril. That's adrenaline there.
Blimey. You are like, it's like a Roman chemist, this guy.
The strongest stuff, I suppose, is that.
Cocaine?
Yeah.
Is it? And what do you do with that?
Slip it down the throat.
And presumably, that speeds him up.
I'll snort it up my nose on a weekend.
We bought all these drugs from the back of a transit van outside a racing track in the north of England, no questions asked.
Unfortunately, knowing what I do about the greyhound business, it doesn't surprise me greatly.
That evening was to be our last at West Horton Track. We'd spent 3 months here. In the crowd, people who think Big Al's a friend. In fact, he's been conning them out of their honest bets for years. We'll never know how much he's made at their expense. He'd come along tonight to see our dog race, but we had something to tell him.
Alan, I'm really Paul Kenyon from BBC Television. You sell illegal drugs, don't you, for dogs to fix races around the country? And you've been doing it for a long time. You're telling us today you've done it for 40 years.
Done what for 40 years?
Selling drugs. You had an old cabinet. You were the medicine man today, weren't you?
No,
Opening up.
They're not illegal drugs.
They're illegal drugs. You can't sell cocaine. You're telling me that's legal?
No,
We've got you on secret camera today, trying to sell us cocaine, trying to sell us a whole...
Didn't try and sell you cocaine at all.
How many races have you fixed over the years? You told us today you've been doing it for 40 years.
Fixing? That's not... What's fixing races?
Have you not got a problem with fixing?
Well, it's the norm. It's the norm for everybody.
Do you slow dogs down, you speed them up, you drug them?
Is it illegal to do that?
Of course it's illegal.
To
it's
who?
called fraud.
To who?
To who? To all the other honest punters who put their money on.
There's a million fixed races. You've seen them in the paper. A million.
And you're one of the perpetrators?
No, I don't perpetrate anything. Load of shite. Load of shit.
Okay.
Load of nonsense.
Okay.
There was one other drug Big Al had sold us, a particularly nasty one.
What effect would it have if that drug fell into the wrong hands?
This is used in the veterinary market for killing animals, for euthanasia of dogs and cats. So a bottle like this would be enough to kill about 6 greyhounds, but much more worryingly, 100ml bottle like that would be enough in the wrong hands to kill 2 people. It should only be in the hands of veterinary surgeons, and within a clinic like this should be kept under lock and key.
But there's a large black market for drugs that kill greyhounds. Why? Well, a greyhound's racing life is short. They're past their best at 4 years old. There's still a decade of life left in them. But food and kennel fees are expensive for a dog no longer bringing in the money.
Now, something like 10,000 greyhounds retire from the official tracks every year. Only a very small minority of those end up being rehomed after their racing life. These here are some of the lucky ones. Come on. But what happens to all the rest of them?
And it's not just retired dogs. What happens to those that are injured or simply don't make the grade? These are some of the killed and abandoned greyhounds found across the UK. They're starved, thrown onto motorways, and even used as bait for fighting dogs. Those responsible are rarely caught. We wanted to change that. We'd had a tip-off about a trainer at the track in Oxford. Disposing of racing dogs is rumoured to be one of his specialities. This is him, Steve Davis, successful, respected, but does he have a dark secret? He trains more than 100 greyhounds. These are his kennels. Nearby is a mound of earth, smouldering. Our informer knows what lies beneath. He used to work for Mr. Davis.
The dog was waggling his tail, looking up at Mr. Davis. He had it on a slip lead with a gun pointing at the top of his head. He then shot the dog, which the dog fell to the ground. I felt sick, disgusted, and it's something that will always stick in the back of my mind.
How many dogs have you seen like that?
I would imagine 10 to 15 dogs.
And you were only there a fairly short time.
A very short time, so how many has he done before that? It must be full of dogs. It must be a graveyard.
Right, the only way we're going to be able to prove the case against this man is if we take some direct action.
Other trainers had also told us about Steve Davis and his brand of euthanasia. But proving it would be difficult. The heat in the pit meant we'd be lucky to find any remains.
The mass grave.
We decided to dig while Steve Davis was away at the races. We didn't want to be caught by a man who keeps a gun.
Very, very quiet. The problem is, what we think he's done here is that he's been out quite recently and he appears to have put loads and loads of debris, including tree trunks, all over them because we think he may have been suspicious he was being looked at. So we're going to have to clear a lot of stuff before we can get to the dogs here. It means he'll be looking out for us. What kind of weapon did he use to do this?
He used a sawn-off rifle, which was kept in the kennels underneath the sink.
What reasons did he have for shooting these dogs?
There was, basically, there was no reason whatsoever. Either they wasn't chasing, they wasn't good enough, they was too old, they had a bitch in season that he was supposed to breed with. She didn't catch in pup, so he shot it. He wasn't going to keep her for another 9 months.
Can you see the teeth here? I think the teeth. They are teeth, so that's the head. This is it, it's in here. It's this way. Look. Hang on. You can see there's a dog in the bag. And it's, and you can see its head and everything. Oh my God. And I don't know how long that's been there, but it looks his whole body's in there. There's noises down in the house. We think that he knows somebody's digging up his field, so we're going to have to go. We've got one dog, and that should be good enough.